Now let's find the area in square yards of a rectangular room that measures 30 feet by 10 feet. Since the shape of the room is a rectangle, the area is computed by multiplying the two dimensions. So we multiply 30 feet times 10 feet. But since we want to represent the area in square yards, let's use conversion factors to do the conversion. So the area is 30 feet times a conversion factor that will change this to yards. And remember, the conversion factor to cancel feet and remain yard is with the measure in feet in the denominator. So we know that 1 yard, which has to appear in the numerator, divided by 3 feet is equivalent to 1. So this is the conversion factor. So we basically convert this quantity of 30 feet to yards. Now let's convert the other quantity, which is 10 feet. So 10 feet has to be multiplied also by the same conversion factor of 1 yard divided by 3 feet. So proceeding with the computation, we can cancel feet with feet, feet with feet. So what it remains is 30 times 1 yard times 1 yard. So the area is 30 squared yard. For part B, let's assume that we have a box-shaped water tank that measures 5 feet by 6 feet by 3 feet. Let's find its volume in cubic yard. Recall that volume is the product of the three dimensions of a box-shaped object, the width times depth times height. Since we have the three dimensions, let's do the multiplication. And because we want the answer to be in cubic yards, I'm gonna convert at the same time as I multiply each of the measures. So for example, the width, 5 feet. Let's convert this to yards. To convert to yards, we're gonna multiply by the conversion factor of 1 yard divided by 3 feet. So in this conversion factor, you can see that the answer would be in yards. This is just the width. Now we multiply this by the depth of the box. So we have that this is 6 feet. So convert to yard. Again, I'm going to multiply by the conversion factor of 1 yard divided by 3 feet. With this multiplication, it would give the depth of the water tank in yards. And now we're gonna also multiply by the height and at the same time convert to yards. So times the height is 3 feet. To transform that in yard, we're gonna use the conversion factor of 1 yard divided by 3 feet, which also would give the answer in yard. So the volume is 5 times 1 yard, so 5 yard, times 6 times 1 yard, so 6 yard, times 3 times 1 yard, 3 yard. So doing the computation, we have to multiply 5 times 6 times 3, and yard is gonna be cubed because we have 3 times yard multiplying itself. So cubic yard. So the answer is 90 cubic yard. So the water tank has a volume of 90 cubic yard. For part C, let's assume that a car is traveling 10 miles every 15 minutes. How fast is it going? So how fast it means what is the speed of the car? We usually think of speed in our units in the United States as miles per hour. So Let's think of speed as the distance traveled divided by the time it takes to travel. So first, notice that the time units is different from hour. What we can do, we can convert minutes to hours. So 15 minutes can be converted to hour if you multiply the conversion factor of 1 hour divided by, in an hour we have 60 minutes, so divided by 60 minutes. Multiplying these two fractions, right, the fraction of 15 minutes over 1 and the fraction 1 hour divided by 60 minutes, we see that we can cancel the undesirable unit, which is minutes, and the result is going to be whatever leftover units we have, which is going to be hour. So we have 15 hour divided by 60. Obviously, we can reduce this fraction. So we have 1 hour divided by 4, or a quarter of an hour. So we're going to use this measure of time in hour for our computation. So the speed, how fast the car is going, corresponding to the distance, which is 10 miles, divided by the time it takes to travel the 10 miles, but expressed in hour, which is 1/4 of an hour. So we can do the division of fraction, 10 divided by 1/4, and the units will be miles per hour. So if we flip the bottom fraction in this complex fraction and multiply the numerator, which is 10, we have 10 times, flipping the bottom, which is 4 over 1, and the answer is going to be miles per hour. So the speed is 40 miles per hour.